Welcome back. In part 2 of this training presentation, we will discuss the specifics of the standard setting method we will be using during this study. As a reminder, the standard setting is a process whereby you, the subject matter expert, along with other subject matter experts, decide the minimum score that a candidate must achieve in order to pass an examination. In this part of the training, we will discuss the specific method we will be following to complete this standard setting. The method we will use is called the Angoff Yes No method. The most important step in this method is to develop a definition of minimal competence. This involves identifying and personifying the borderline candidate in your industry and remembering that person while you complete the exercise. Things to consider when defining the borderline candidate include the minimum eligibility requirements for the exam. Think of a person who just meets this minimum eligibility. How many years of experience do they have? What type of education have they completed, and for how long? Does the borderline candidate need to have completed an apprenticeship? Do they need to have so many years already working in the field? Think of a person that you know who just meets these requirements. Can you think of someone? Can you picture the things they can do? And just as importantly, the things they cannot yet do because they are not experts? While completing the exercise, remember to always think about the person or people you have identified as the borderline candidate for the exam. After you have the borderline or minimally qualified person pictured in your mind, the next steps of the activity are as follows. You will soon have a chance to take the exam. While you take each question on the exam, you will need to decide if the borderline candidate will know the answer to each question. Question by question, you will answer yes if you believe that the minimally qualified or borderline candidate will answer this item correctly. You will answer no if you believe the minimally qualified candidate will not answer this item correctly. As you go through the test, consider what concept is being tested. Is it difficult? Is it a general concept that everybody will know or be familiar with? Is the question straightforward? Are there any common misconceptions or mistakes that might be made by someone who is entry level? If you do not know the correct answer, remember that neither will the minimally qualified candidate. It is important to think about what the candidate will know and not what they should know. In theory, everyone should know everything, but this is not realistic, and it can lead to an examination that is much too difficult. Keeping your thoughts on the borderline candidate you have envisioned and what they will know will ensure that your ratings are fair. Now it's time to get started. Go back to the instructions to see the next steps. Thank you for participating in the training.